are listening to LOA Recon with the Good Vibe Coach Jeanette Ma, where we dissect the ins and outs and the art and science of conscious creation, all intended to amp up your manifesting game. Let's have some fun together. Welcome, and thank you for joining me for another episode. With me actually climbing all over me right now is this not a feral kitty who I tried calling her Pixie, but I end up just calling her Mom. She's with me right now. You know, it's really funny because when I brought them into my house, I thought, worst case scenario, even if they don't get adopted by anyone, even if they stay here, it's fine because I've got plenty of room at my place for more feral cats. And then they turn out not to be feral. These are lap cats, at least Mom and her son Sebastian, such lap cats. I didn't know that they were going to want to be so involved in everything that I did. But every room I go to, she follows me, so we should probably get used to having her here. Okay, I wanted to thank a listener who sent me this lovely email. In case I haven't told you already, I freaking love your podcast stories, personality, and infectious joy. Your podcast is like a reliable friend I can go to and rest my head on, get great advice, and leave feeling lighter. Oh, that's a lovely compliment. Thank you so much for sending that. You know what it made me think? It made me think how you all are always telling me such nice things. I think it's my turn to leave a review for you. Are you ready? Okay, here goes. This is the review I wrote up for you. You, my friend, yes, I'm talking to you. You are a true delight to play and co-create with. I love sharing this time and space with the likes of you. You who are having fun with your manifesting powers and exploring life and making the most of it in all the ways you know how. I love that you engage law of attraction material with me. I love that we're in it together. I love your sense of humor and your perspective on life. I love how you see things I don't and you live things I don't, and that you're willing to share your stories with me. I love the way you think and how you connect the dots and how you find joy and love in the world. I love the things you teach me and how I'm better off because of our connection. And there is no doubt that I am better off for having you in my world, because even if we've never spoken or never emailed or never liked each other's posts on social media, but especially if we have, I know that the energy, the presence, the vibration that you bring to the world is a gift to us all. So thank you for being you and for letting me into your world. Does that feel pretty good? Do you like it as much as I do when you're the one pointing that love towards me? I hope so. I hope you can feel it because I do mean it. Okay, so here's kind of a related topic I wanted to play with today. So when you were little and it was your birthday, did you always know exactly what someone could get you for a present that would delight you? I mean, didn't we always know as kids what would be fabulous to receive as a present, whether it was a thing or an experience? Like, we knew, right? Maybe it was just even the kind of cake or ice cream we wanted, or which friends we wanted to spend it with, or what toys we would love the most. I mean, whether we got them or not, we know what we wanted, right? And did you imagine when you were a kid that when you grew up and you were in charge, that you would be really good at giving yourself what you wanted on your birthday? Didn't you imagine that you would say yes to whatever you wanted? Like, you'd let yourself have the roller skates or the stuffed animal or the really good cake with 2 scoops of ice cream. And it wouldn't even be just having to pick one flavor. You'd have chocolate and chocolate chip. I mean, we knew how to be good to ourselves when we were kids, right? Even if we weren't fully capable of giving ourselves all those things at the time, we knew what we wanted. All right, so what happened? We got to be the adults who controlled the wallet and the timing and the schedule and all the important decisions. We're the ones driving the car. We could do whatever we want. We got the credit cards. How did we get so bad at our own birthdays? I know this isn't true for everyone. I know it's not. Some of you are really, really good at it. I know some of you don't even just have a birthday, you have a birth month. I really like your style. Some of you know how to go all out for yourself, and you do, and it's super inspiring. But lots of times, when I'm talking with a fellow creator and they tell me it was their birthday and I ask, oh, yay, how did you celebrate? And they're like they hadn't even thought about it. They're like, well, we went to dinner, and they talk it's not a big deal for me. I'm like, what, you didn't even blow out a candle? You didn't even have your most favorite dessert? You didn't get yourself a present? After all those years as kids, when we knew when we could do this ourselves that we would do it so much better? Mom and Dad, I'm not talking about you. You did great. Well, the clients will say, it's not that really that big a deal for me. It's just another day, really. It's not really a big deal for them. You know what? If it's not really a big deal for you, how do you expect the rest of the world to do right by you when you're setting such a terrible example? It's kind of a low bar. I mean, your precedent kind of sucks about how the world should treat you. And you're starting off a new year that way, saying, it's just a birthday. It's not that big a deal. It's like any other day. That's the tone you want to set for a new year? Oh, we could do so much better. And I do mean we, because I'm familiar with that routine. At least I have been. I've gotten better. I've got room for improvement. But the reason I'm talking about this, the reason it matters, is because we know the world can only be as good to us as we are to ourselves. So it's worth getting really good at being good to ourselves. Especially on our birthdays. That's just one special day a year. That's something worth being good at every day of the year. Every day. I know some things aren't special if we do them every day, but still having that kind of bar, that standard to treat ourselves that well on the regular, this is a good vibration. And the least you can do is know how to do it right when it's your one special day of the year. At least then. But preferably every day, too. Every day, being good at being good to yourself. Every day asking yourself, what do I want? And then finding a way to give that to yourself some way, somehow. What? It might be a rest. It might be a break from the to-do list. Or putting something fun on the to-do list. It might be giving yourself a little appreciation or doing something fun. And yes, that's for us to give ourselves first, because when we're holding out on ourselves, we make it really hard for others to deliver the goods. We thought it was so easy for our parents to know how to give us what we want, how to make our birthdays special. Even as adults, we do that. We think it would be so easy for our friend, our coworkers, our sweetie, our siblings, whoever, our neighbors, to be good to us. You think it's so easy? You show it. You lead the way. You know what? Look, I don't have a birthday for a while, but because I was thinking about this, and I know every client I have who's listening to this is like, oh, she's talking about me. I've had a lot of clients with birthdays lately, and it got me to thinking about how I just think we can do so much better than we have been, especially when we understand that this love starts with ourselves. So I was thinking about when it's my birthday, and this is not a routine I should only be doing once a year. This should be regular. But when it is my birthday, I know what I want. I want to just do me. Just me, not the animals, not the sweetheart, not the clients, not the friends, just me. Let myself be the most important one in the room for that day. And then give myself permission to let myself have and do whatever I want, which often would include book browsing. Book browsing at the bookstore. You could hear from my smile how much I love that. Or stopping at the nursery where all the plants are, and I could just say hi and ooh and ah over all the baby plants. Or maybe go to the crystal store and drool over some sparkly amethyst that I absolutely have enough of, and yet I still bring one home. And maybe go, have saag paneer from the Indian restaurant. Or molten chocolate cake. Oh, so good. And invite my favorite friend to do that with me. And you know what? That might be myself. Might be a solo trip. That's my favorite thing. But to be able to just say yes to whatever I want. And then how about a present? Sometimes we get to be so bad at presents as we get older. We're doing like practical things like, how about a new vacuum or a new air fryer? You know what? Do you have someone in your life who's really good at giving presents? Do you? Do you know people like that? My neighbor is one. She gives me presents. They're so thoughtful, so considerate. Like she thought about it. She planned ahead. She's so good she's better at giving me presents than I am at giving myself presents. Like one year she gave me a shirt that said Skunk Whisperer on it. She was celebrating a thing. There's a story behind it. She was celebrating the thing that I was kind of embarrassed about. I mean, it's a story I don't want too many people to know. And she was loving that about me. One time she gave me a tree, like a tree. She called it a friendship tree. That made it even better. Just the other day, she gave me a selenite crystal because I'd mentioned how it was a mission to get all the crystals out under a full moon bath for cleaning. And she discovered, you know what? You could just have this one crystal and that could clean it. She got it for me. She doesn't know crystals, but she knows I like crystals. That girl, she's good at it. And she should not be better at giving me presents than I am to myself. My question is, do you know how to be good to yourself? Look, I know you know how to be good to me. You send the nice cards and the nice emails and you post the generous reviews. Do you know how to turn that same love onto yourself? I'm not saying that you should be making a big deal about your birthday, although why not? Because honestly, I'd really like to see you be good to yourself every day, not just on your birthday. But you got to start somewhere, right? So at least there. But no, you know where we should start? Today. Let's start today. How about that? Yeah. And for those of you who are already really good at this, you could be better. I consider myself pretty good at this, and I can be better. I think we all can be. Anyway, I'm sending the big love your way today, fellow creators, and I'd love for you to do the same for yourself. Throw some of your own love magic your way. All right, thanks for listening, everyone. Happy manifesting.